Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 3-0 Take, where we talk all things Major League Baseball. Here's Kyle Corwin and Nate Reyes. It all starts right now.
Welcome back to the 3-0 Take, presented by SeatGeek. This is episode 447. I'll be your host, Kyle Corwin, and I'm here with my co-host, Nate Reyes. Nate.
Happy birthday, USA. Let's go. Let's get it. Props to you if you're here before the birthday and you're hanging out with us live in the chit chat.
You could make the argument you're here after the birthday. Did you know there's some controversy surrounding when the Declaration of Independence was actually signed? Did you know this?
Is this like a leap year thing? What do you mean?
No, it's like they think. Hold on, I want to pull up what I read just to make sure I'm not just talking out of my butt here. Okay, hold on. Apparently, where is it? Apparently it was July 2nd. It was believed. Have you heard? You haven't heard about this?
No, I don't like it.
Let's see. It was believed that rather not on July 4th, but rather on July 2nd, the Resolution of Independence was approved in a closed session of Congress.
So you're saying it just wasn't notarized until the 4th?
There's question about when certain individuals signed it, thus putting July 4th into question.
I didn't realize that like a lot of those dudes were like 20. Did you know that? There's like a lot of founding fathers that were like 20, 21, 22. Like, all right. It's fair. You see all the pictures of them. They're like...
They look 80.
Like yeah.
But in reality, they're still like linked up with their pediatricians. They're like had a quick doctor's visit and then they had to go sign the Declaration of Independence. Crazy.
Still on mom and dad's insurance, you know?
Crazy, man. Like these are the guys that set it into motion.
Yeah.
Still living in the basement. Unreal. Unreal.
So either way, happy birthday, I guess. I don't know. Apparently not.
Trivia. How old is America this year?
Math.
248.
You cut out. What'd you say?
248.
248. That's good math.
It's not good math. I just happened to see it. So I was at an unfair advantage.
2 years to the big 250.
How about it?
I like that. We're gonna have to do something for that one. I think I'm just gonna have to like blow something up. You know. What do you think?
Let me know what you decide on.
All right.
Let's keep it legal. Major League Baseball All-Star Game starters have been named. Look, I don't want to get into the whole snubs conversation because I feel like that's a tired cause. Is
the All-Star Game a tired cause in general?
You're gonna have snubs with the way that the voting is set up. But you know, I had a thought today. A realization. There's no sense in me fighting it anymore. Like, we're just gonna have to talk about it as it is because there's nothing that you and I can do to reverse the nature of the way that the All-Star Game is handled, the way it's treated, the way it's presented, the way it's voted on. So we're going to just sit here. We're just going to talk about it. The starters. You want to just run through them here real quick? I was talking to you before we hopped on, and we didn't do half bad with our picks.
Yeah, I think so too.
I mean, granted, we had like a 50-50 shot for majority of them. But was there anything that really caught you off guard? Anything that surprised you?
Trey
How
Turner.
about?
I just don't get how it's eligible. Like, there's got to be some eligibility requirements.
Can we just take a minute to be thankful that Nick Castellanos didn't get in?
Yeah, that's true.
Nothing against Nick Castellanos, but we just need to acknowledge that was a huge mistake.
I'm proud. Wait, keep going.
I was just gonna say, forget fandom. I understand that Philly fans love their boys, but
Sometimes you can admit, you know.
let's all come together and just realize that having Nick Castellanos on the ballot this year was just a big mistake. So
Yeah.
shout out Yelich though.
I'm big proud of Christian Yelich. That's what I was gonna say.
I'm assuming taking that third spot. I didn't see what the vote totals were, but I figured Profar and Tatis probably had the top two spots, and then the third was because I think even when we were going through our picks, the third outfield spot for the National League was the one we were kind of teetering back and forth on. But yeah. the Trey Turner thing. Why?
I mean, it's cool. Like, he's dope. He's really good. But come on, you know? It's one thing, like, I like Bryce Harper obviously deserves to be on it. There's an argument of like playing enough games, doing well enough, and being eligible, but not being healthy enough to play.
But still getting the honor.
That's okay. I'll allow that. I don't like when you've played like 12 games and you're just a popular guy. So I don't know. NL shortstops. I mean, what else are we talking here? Ellie De La Cruz.
46 games, by the way.
Same thing.
Legitimately half of the games that we've played thus far.
Like, that's not cool, man.
Almost on the nose.
Stuff's got to change with the voting system. Stuff's got to change a lot around the All-Star game. The jerseys are ass.
Oh no, don't get ahead here. We got to talk about that.
The game sucks.
Well, hey, look, we still had plans to go next year. So
Where is it again?
Atlanta. I thought we had talked about this. Have we not talked about? Maybe I just made up these plans in my head.
I'd go. I'd do it.
All-Star game next year. Because we're not making a trip this year, it doesn't seem, unless there's some crazy postseason scenario that pops up down the stretch and we got to call an audible. But as of right now, no plans for games. So we're going to double down next year, hopefully, assuming all things work out, and head to Atlanta for the All-Star game. But yeah, let's not get carried
Hopefully
away.
there's changes by then.
Well, that's next year.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't foresee any changes taking place that soon.
Just a little something. Just a little something. There's a lot of comments, by the way, that I'm kind of here for, was to make the All-Star game worth something again.
Yeah.
I don't know if home field advantage of the World Series is appropriate. I don't know what would be appropriate.
I do have one gripe, and it's not just griping for griping's sake. It's I think a legitimate gripe. But can we just call a spade a spade? Can we? And this isn't directed at Shohei, because I know Shohei was the one in the news, and we'll touch on this about saying that he's protecting his health, he's worried about making the postseason, so on and so forth. Generally speaking, though, not directed at Shohei, but generally speaking, can we just, again, call a spade and recognize that, like, these guys they're not they're not opting out of participating in the All-Star game or the home run derby because they're trying to protect their health. They're trying to protect themselves and protect their money and protect future opportunity for earning said money. They're like, spare me the whole, like, we're trying to okay, maybe it wasn't so much about the health. It was more like, it's more the response surrounding, well, I'm just trying to focus and help my team make it to the postseason. No,
Yeah.
No, you're not.
I get what you're saying.
The health, sorry, I misspoke. It's less about the health. I'm sure that's valid, especially
It's a day off, you know?
yeah, at this point, a few days off is probably much needed. But the whole, like, just trying to help my team make the post, stop. There's way too much money involved in these contracts now. You're trying to look out for you and yours, which is fine. I get it. That's a lot of money. I'd probably consider doing the same thing. But like, let's be a little more forthcoming about that. That's all I gotta say.
I think it is the recognition of some of these superstars, especially home run hitters, that are just like, maybe they've been in the Derby before. Maybe they've seen what it does to them afterwards. And that's what they're trying to say. Like, my team needs me to be fully healthy. And I didn't feel great after, or my swing changed after. Therefore, it hurts my team. You know what I'm saying? I kind of see what they're saying. It's a little bit of a leap, I guess. I don't know. Whatever.
Is that super pessimistic? Is that super pessimistic of me?
No, I'm not.
Or is there
entirely.
is there some validity there? I mean, tell me if I'm crazy, because it just seems that way, because I feel like
I think the problem is that you reach a level of stardom to where, like, it doesn't really add anything. There's no added value. The reward does not outweigh the risk when you reach that level of stardom.
That's what I'm trying to get at.
For certain guys, like for Gunnar, obviously breaking onto the scene, obviously doing incredibly this year, but like, there's still this level of like, if I go pop off and do something that no one's seen before during this, maybe there's additional endorsements that are going to come my way. We talk about like Ohtani, Judge, like guys that are like, I've already done this. I've won this. I have every endorsement I can think of. I'm just going to take the day off. I get it. But just come out and say that. Just be clear about it. Don't tell me that the home run derby is going to hurt your recovering elbow more than any other game. Just be honest and say, I want a day off. I'm tired.
Yeah, in a day and age where we're all about being authentic and living your truth and living and being your true self, like, okay, let's live it out. Just be straight up with us. Don't feed us a line. Just tell us, like, hey, this is the deal. And I would have a lot more respect for you if you just came out and was like, yeah, this is a contract year for me, or this is a situation where I can really, like you said, with whether it's endorsements or brand opportunities, maybe in the off season or down the road. Like, I'm not trying to put myself in a situation where I want to mess that up. Just tell us that. That's all.
Has anyone else committed to the home run derby, by the way? I haven't seen anything.
I've only seen Gunnar.
I know. Is it kind of late?
It's
pretty late.
It's real late. And I feel like we talk about this every year, but like, when do you hit the panic button if you're Major League Baseball? There has to be some sort of under the table, like, hey, look, you may have not had any plans in here or plans here to sign up for the home run derby, but how's another, I don't know, $5 million sound just to show up? Because we need slots filled. We need names. I mean, because it's July 3rd, less than 2 weeks.
Do you remember when Brandon Inge did it? Remember him?
We talk about this every year, right? And he just flopped, didn't he?
It went goose egg.
Yeah,
I don't think he did any.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying of like, when do we get to that level of desperation where they're just like, just searching,
All right,
just looking around.
No ricochets intended, but who would a Brandon Inge type be in 2024 that Major League Baseball just looks around quickly and grabs?
No intentional ricochets, but also kind of intentional.
Sort of, yeah, like without being disrespectful. Like
Jose Trevino or something.
Justin Turner grabs Justin Turner. Hey, we know you're like 42, but we gotta fill a slot here.
Yeah, it's pretty rough. Just go get IKF real fast. That's pretty in line right there. Brandon Inge and IKF, I think they're right there. And let's be honest, IKF has got to be immune to ricochets at this point.
That's fair. Well, I mean, looking at oh, hold on. We got a trivia question from the sister-in-law. It's her weekly trivia question. Only New York Yankee ever to hit 4 home runs in a single game. This is your wheelhouse.
4 in a single game. No hints or anything of when?
No, this is trivia. Have you been to trivia, haven't you? There are no hints in trivia.
Sometimes there's like a secondary question. I don't know.
Only New York Yankee ever to hit 4 home runs in a single game. It wasn't Reggie, was it?
I think it'd be a safe guess. I have no idea.
She didn't give me any hints. Nah.
No. Should we just cheat?
No.
I'll cheat. I'm not in the trivia.
I'm not in the trivia either. She more so just sends them because she wants to see if I can get them.
Oop, I found it.
Is it Reggie Jackson?
No.
Who is it?
The Lou Gehrig.
Really?
1932.
Wow. I'm just going to let her know we had to look it up.
4 for 6, 6 RBIs, 20-13 victory over the Philadelphia A's, June 3rd, 1932. Sorry, my 100-year-old Yankee trivia isn't quite tapped in.
Lil Dusty. Well, going back to these,
that's my rapper name.
Lil Dusty. Oh man, that's a great rapper name, great trivia name, Lil Dusty. Going back to the home run derby participants, as I mentioned, I think only Gunnar we know for sure is in. I did mention we were gonna touch on Shohei real quick. He announced that he is not interested in the mix this year. And being in the mix, he's claiming because he's still rehabbing and still trying to preserve that health, he can't do it this year. Can't do it.
That one actually doesn't fully surprise me because I think there's like a lot of conversation about how sometimes he doesn't even take BP before games. Like there's a lot of times where he doesn't even really swing it that much before games. So like that I kind of understand because competing in the home run derby, it's like you're basically practicing the days before. You're taking BP like the whole day during, and you're exhausting yourself for the competition. I'm not surprised. That's probably more swings than he takes in like 2 weeks. So I'll allow it.
Yeah, I saw a handful of people. Handful maybe is a stretch. I saw an article or two that possibly like borderline clickbait, but they got me. I read it, but they're talking about.
Clicked?
I clicked talking about just canceling the home run derby if a guy like Shohei Ohtani can't participate. And I'm like, that's a little bit of a stretch. But also I understand the point of view that says if we're not getting the best of the best, like why bother? Like if we're getting Brandon Inge type, I mean that's on the other end of the spectrum, like the furthest end of the spectrum. But I get it. Like no, as great as the home run derby is as an exhibition, like nobody wants to sit there and watch a bunch of scrubs goose egg it. You know, like people want to see 500-foot home runs. I don't juice the balls. I don't care. People want to see 500-foot home runs. And
if there was ever a change to it, I would rather see like a bat skills competition. You know what I mean? Where it's like I don't know, you've seen those videos like in the KBO, like the bunning competitions. Like if there was like bunning, or like if there was like the MVP game where you're playing, there's like stuff in the outfield that you're trying to hit, like targets.
Oh yeah, MVP 05, like the rolling tractors. Yeah, but
Those
like think
were
about
sick.
but think about
tractors out there.
Think about what the NFL has done with the Pro Bowl, and it's turned into like the skills event. Like nobody.
I'm more likely to watch that than the Pro Bowl, though. I don't think the home run derby is that desperate, though.
I don't feel like majority of people would be, though, because I feel like for the Pro Bowl, it had sort of dwindled down as that game turned into more and more of a joke. Viewership became less, and then the remaining percentage of people that were watching the Pro Bowl before they switched to the skills competition were like, yeah, I've had enough. And now you just have a very small
but that's like
right?
That's like dodgeball. They're playing like dodgeball and cornhole and stuff. I'm not saying we need to do
but
that.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think bunting is very sexy. I don't think it's gonna sell.
I meant like a skills thing, because they used to do like the throwdowns, like catcher throwdowns.
Hold on.
Like
No.
little targets at second.
I'm not gonna let this slide. Let's back up. First of all, for the record, would 1000% be down to watch our game's brightest stars go at it in a game of cornhole. Just so we're clear. Like let's not
watch cornhole not played.
It's on ESPN all the time. Of course I've watched cornhole.
I don't think that helps your argument that much.
Cornhole is electric. What are we talking about?
I think when they're pros.
Okay, I would love to. I'm gonna take a poll. In fact, I might even make this a video snippet for social after the fact. What would you rather watch? Would you rather watch MLB stars play cornhole, or would you rather watch a bunting competition?
I didn't compare the two. What I was saying is that like it's a skills thing. I'd be down for like a skills thing.
But with hitting, there's only, I feel like, so much you could do, right? Like what else could you do?
No, it's just like an all skills thing. It's not just hitting. It's like an all skills. You get the catchers doing their thing. Yeah, I don't know, like a home run robbery skill. I don't know. I'm over this. I like the home run derby. I don't even know why I'm arguing against this.
All I'm hearing you say is that you hate the home run derby and you never want to watch it again. In fact, you might even boycott our live stream coming up.
I might.
Nice little plug there. Nice little plug there for the live stream. Be sure to join us Monday, July 15th, 8 p.m. Eastern. We're going to be watching the home run derby as much as Nate may hate it. We're going to be giving some things away. Giving away some money, maybe giving away some merch, some all-star merch. Speaking of which, maybe I retract my statement. I don't know if we're going to be giving away any all-star merch because it's hideous. Can we talk about this for just a second?
I don't know what to do. I have one that I've won and I don't want it. I don't know what to do. It's that soft medium rare salmon fillet color is brutal, man. I don't like it.
Yeah, if you don't know what Nate's referring to, I think we introduced this last year, the first year we did it, but in our 3-0 Take Fantasy League that we run each year. Again, it's a new batch of people each year, so you may have a chance at entering the league next year if you're listening or watching. We introduced it last year to where to incentivize grinding it out to the halfway point. The best performing team, the manager of said team, gets their pick of an all-star jersey. Last year was fine. The Seattle jerseys, they were all right. This year, Nate has the best team, and I think he's pretty much a shoo-in at this point to get the jersey. I don't blame you, dude. I mean, if you look at the front, it reminds me of, what was that, the Bailey and Barnum Circus logo? It looks I don't know. Did you see the home, or the National League jersey? Because
No.
I think
Is that
only
out?
I think only the AL jersey's been floating around.
Yeah, I didn't see the NL one. Did you?
Yeah.
You did.
Yeah.
NL All-Star jersey.
It is about as close as you can get to a Miami Marlins jersey.
Oh, is that it?
That's the one.
What the heck? I'm so confused.
%100 convinced that Major League Baseball, Nike, whoever's responsible for these decisions are doing it intentionally now. Because I would venture to say that the overwhelming majority of people just want to see the players wear their team's jerseys, to see their team, the team that they're a fan of, represented at the All-Star game. And again, we've talked about this at length. There's a degree of pride, I would imagine, for guys to be able to represent their team across their chest at the All-Star game.
Whole freaking point. We love to see guys wearing different jerseys on the same field that we would never see. Sorry, keep going.
But there's no money in that, Nate. There's no money in that, which is why we'll continue to see these Goodwill uniforms thrown out there every year. That's the reality of it.
One of them looks like a Toy Story costume. The American League one.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm over it.
I got a snake in my boot. Yeah, it's a tough look. And I'm so excited to see all these guys just sweating through it in the second inning. Just trash, bro. Just garbage.
But there's always, it doesn't matter how bad they are. It just doesn't matter. You're gonna see in the comments, I actually like them. They're actually not that bad. People are just hating just to hate. No, stop. They're garbage. They're bad. They're no good. Bring back players wearing their team's jerseys. It's that simple. Stop trying to make something better when it was already good. It's fine. It's fine as is. You're not making it better. You're making it worse. Come on now. Speaking of being better, can Aaron Judge get any better than he is right now?
I don't know. Because he had first and third with one out in this game. He rolled into a double play, so I'm not thrilled about that. But did you see that comparison of Bryce Harper's 2021 MVP season?
That's scary.
Literally these numbers that he has already.
Because if you remember, that was the year I was sold. I predicted Harper to win the MVP from the jump in our preseason predictions episode, and that whole season, I was just letting it eat. Anytime Harper was doing anything good,
Yeah.
and I was so confident, and it panned out that way. But what Judge is doing is better than that. So like
For the whole year.
like I was following Harper closely that year. I'm not really following Judge as closely, so you'd be able to speak to it better. But like how you're not just mind blown by what he's doing right now. It's unbelievable.
He's 1.1ing it with the OPS, which is insane. It's every out is loud, every out is hammered for the most part. He's commanding the entire zone. If you look at his numbers, his strikeout percentage is just continually going down each year. So like all of the issues and he's playing center field every day, which is like, these are factors that have to be a part of the conversation. That this is, if he stays healthy and continues what he's doing, is like, it's a top 5 season we've ever seen. Like he's got a legitimate race at the full on home run record, not just the AL one.
Do we know how that stacks up right now? Like what's the, are we like?
No idea.
Because I know he's outpacing his own AL record, 62 from, what was that? Was that 2022?
Yeah, he's outpacing 2022. Let's see. I think RotoWire is the place to go for like the game breakdown. Beep. I'm really curious now.
Is Aaron Judge? Yeah, well, he's not. He's certainly not outpacing. But I'm just curious to see how far behind.
Yeah, I don't think so. What year was that? Let me see. Whoa. RotoWire. Relax, guy.
How can we figure this out?
I should really be using anything but my phone for this.
I don't know if we're going to be able to find the answer in a quick enough time.
What year did you do it? What do I want to say, like 04? No.
Who are you talking about? Are you talking about Judge? That was
Bonds.
2022.
Bonds.
Oh, 73 you talking about? That was.
Oh, yeah.
That was 01.
Oh, Juan?
Oh, Juan.
Why?
How many games? How about this? Can you pull up a quick number for me? How many games have the Yankees played, including, or no, just entering tonight, not including tonight?
Entering tonight, they've played 87 games, which I believe he's played in like 80, 83, 84 of them.
Is there any way to figure this out? There's got to be. Somebody maybe can help us out. Oh, hold on. I think I know.
You just talk for a while. I'm going to look this up.
No, I got it. Hold on. How many games did you say the Yankees have played?
87.
Come on. No, that's not.
I told you. I had it. We should probably maybe look this up.
MLB Stat Muse. I mean, no free ads, but just a little plug for MLB Stat Muse. Very, very good tool. I love that tool.
I thought I found what I was looking for on RotoWire. Could be crazy there. There's good websites for like certain stats that you want to find. You know what I mean? Like Baseball Savant, if you want like a breakdown of like metrics and stuff, Baseball Savant's top tier. Obviously, if you want to look like career numbers, Baseball Reference is top tier. Like there's just certain ones.
I mean, forget the. Well, I don't want to diminish the importance of the single season home run record, but like let's not lose sight of the fact that Judge is in pursuit of the Triple Crown this year. I think entering today, Wednesday, He was leading the AL in batting average at 321. He had 32 home runs and 83 RBIs.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So as good of a season that he had in 2022, like what Aaron Judge is doing in 2024 is otherworldly. And weirdly enough, can I say that it's not getting talked about enough? Like I almost feel like the Judge narrative has gotten tired for some people, which is weird because I feel like that whole thing was reserved for Shohei. People just got tired of hearing about Shohei. Like, okay, we get it. Shohei's gone to the bathroom 6 times today. We don't need to hear another Shohei update.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's now maybe switched a little bit, transitioned over to Judge, and people are like, okay, like we get it. He hits a lot of home runs. It's like, don't you understand like what's happening here? He's outpacing his 2022 season when he won the MVP. And he's in pursuit of the Triple Crown. Like, this is one of the better offensive seasons we've ever seen on a diamond. And that's saying something.
It really is.
And not to mention, back-to-back winner of the Player of the Month award. So, like, it's Aaron Judge right now, and then the rest of the league. Like, there's just how much of a gap you want to say that exists, that's up to you, but it's a gap.
RotoWire doesn't go back before 2010.
All right, I think we can give up on the single. I think we can give up on the pace. We're not going to find it. We need to
home runs.
We need to move on. Unless you want to just sit here in silence and we can do research.
I'm just curious, just curious.
We're not going to find it. We're going to have to.
Think so?
No, we've tried our tools. We're not going to find it.
Okay. Well, at least we can do this. Let's see. So 2001, he averaged 0.48 home runs per game.
Who are we talking about? Judge?
Bonds
in 2001.
So through 87 games, he would have had 41.76 home runs.
Through 87 games?
Yeah, if he played every game. So Aaron Judge, home runs per game.
This is high quality entertainment for the
0.31.
listeners.
0.31. So he's got to keep it rolling.
Let's not begin the narrative that
That doesn't make sense either. Because you do 87 times 0.31, that only gets you to 26.9.
Math is not our strong suit.
Math ain't mathin'.
We need to move on. We covered Shohei not participating in the Derby. Aaron Civale traded to the Milwaukee Brewers. This man is still trying to figure out this home run pace.
That was his career. That was his career numbers. He's at 0.38. So 87 times 0.38 home runs. That's 33 home runs. Okay, we're good now. We're good. So 162 at this pace would mean that he's set to go right at 61, 62 home runs again if he keeps this pace. That's all. Logging out, turning this off. I'm back. Who got traded where?
Aaron Civale to the Milwaukee Brewers, sporting a lowly 5.17 over his 27 starts with the Rays.
Where was he? Was he somewhere before the Rays?
Cleveland,
that's right. Yeah, whatever. It's just depth, I guess.
He's got a 5.07 this season. Set to be a free agent.
You never know, dude. You see teams trade for people, you're just like, huh? Why? And then they have metrics. They have like something that they've noticed in him.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of where I'm at with this move. I'm like, the Brewers have to see something because they're obviously making a run at the postseason. The Rays, you could make an argument one way or another, but the Brewers clearly trying to make a move here. So I don't think that they would actively go out and sign somebody that diminishes those chances.
Yeah, we've talked about like how certain guys, like year over year, if you look at their like pitch percentages, and all of a sudden, this guy is throwing his slider 15% more than he did last year. Like, I think there's an alignment with philosophies. There's I'm trying not to sound too much like a homer here, but like when Sonny Gray was in New York, there was not, the philosophy didn't add up. He didn't love it. Like they wanted him, Larry Rothschild was wanting him to throw off speed more often than he wanted to. You see what I'm saying? Like, so if there's a philosophy in Tampa with Civale that's just not really gelling, and the Brewers are like, hey, what you want to do and what you're successful at is something that we like to do. Come on over. And that's why this stuff happens. This is why, like, again, sounding like a homer, but like Clay Holmes was a nobody. And then the Yankees were like, well, this pitch is really good. Let's do this more. And then all of a sudden he's onto the scene. So you never know. You never know. Civale could go out there and just dice and slot in as like a 2 guy in the rotation. Plenty of opportunities. Good for the Brewers for doing something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, can we get the trade market moving a little bit here? It'd be really nice to see some moves that could I
want a mid-game, that's my dream, a mid All-Star game trade. Change jerseys, go over to the other dugout. I want to see that. It'd be awesome.
That would be pretty interesting.
I don't think they do that. I don't think any GMs are talking.
Haven't we seen that before though? When a guy he gets traded.
I love the on-field trade news. I'm just a sucker for those where they're like literally on the field and they're like, you're getting pinch ran for randomly in the 4th inning.
Oh yeah,
come on,
big fan of that.
Yeah.
Because it just goes to show you that the guys in the front office could not care less about what's happening on the field because they're over there wheeling and dealing like, all right, we got to send Johnny Boy over to Cleveland, whatever. No, but has that happened before when like a guy makes it to the All-Star game but then gets traded like before or after something and it's like weird with the league that he's representing? We've seen that before, haven't we? Like somewhat recently. Do you know what I'm talking about? Or am I just sounding like I have no clue what I'm talking about.
I think you sound a little crazy personally.
Okay,
but
that's fair. That's fair. I thought that made sense, but apparently not.
Brew Crew, going for it, doing things. I'm proud of them.
What does this tell you about the Rays, though?
Punt.
Because to your point, though, like if there is something in the tank with Civale, I'm not saying like for the rest of it, for like beyond this year, I'm saying like this year, if there's something in the tank, because he hasn't had a great year, but if there is something still there, the Rays are saying no thanks. We'd rather part ways and look internally, because I think they're adding Shane Baz to the rotation. I read, and I think he's having a good run.
Has he? I didn't even know he's pitched that much.
At AAA, sorry. But
was to clear 40 man? That's what it feels like.
Well, I'm just talking about the manipulation of the rotation. I'm not necessarily talking about like roster moves, but I'm saying like what does this tell you with them parting ways with Civale? Does this tell you that they're like looking to next season, or do you think this is maybe just an opportunity to re-personnel, if you will, retool, and maybe make some additional moves at the deadline to better suit their needs for this year?
The Rays, you're saying?
Yes.
No, I don't think so.
Do you think they're punting?
I think they're punting. I think that the second, McClanahan and Rasmussen were just like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do when like your top 2 rotation guys are done for the year. One of them is very much in the AL Cy Young candidate race immediately before the season starts. Like, what can you do? You're already like, I need everything to go right to win.
No,
type season.
No. That applies to teams like ours, the Red Sox, the Yankees. When they come into a year where it's like, I'm not saying this year, I'm just saying generally speaking, like when they come into a year where, it could go either way, but we need a lot of things to go right. It's been that way for the Red Sox for the last handful of years. I know from experience. The Rays aren't in that arena, though. We've talked about this many times. The Rays figure out a way to manufacture arms, to manufacture talent, to manufacture production from guys that you wouldn't think have any talent or have minimal at best. They figure out a way to fit it into their system and maximize, capitalize as best they can to produce, as we say all the time, minimum 90 wins, it seems, every season. So I'm not necessarily worried when they lose. It sucks when you lose top front of the rotation arms like that. Not Civale, but like Rasmussen and so on and so forth. I know they've been beat up arms wise, but I don't worry as much with the Rays because it's like, okay, who's up next? Like, what is Shane Baz going to come up and do? So it's really hard for me to say that they're going to punt because the Rays, I just don't feel like are a team that would do something like that. Or at least be forthcoming about, because they just figure out a way to sneak in. And the reality is entering today, they're only, I think, 3 games back of the final wild card spot.
I understand what you're saying. I don't know. I mean, I guess to that point, like, you never know. Maybe the Rays are
3 games
the one
back.
that's sought out this trade. I don't know. It's pretty crazy. What I was trying to find, so I was on my phone. They gave away Kyle Manzardo for Civale. And Manzardo's like, I know he's been in the bigs a little bit this year, but he is like a top 5 prospect with the Guardians. So like they didn't give up some schlub to get him. And I'm trying to see what Barrios, the Brewers number 21 prospect, 20 years old, going to be going to high A. He now ranks as the Rays number 19 prospect. Did Civale, was he owed that much? Like, what is the point of this move? For the Rays anyway. This just seems like it. I'm not saying he's worth a lot more. I'm not saying like he's having an incredible season, but like, what's the point of doing the trade now if you're the Rays? Like, why would you not kind of hold on to later in the deadline and see if there's more players, like there's more teams involved, there's more people in the hunt? Just a weird trade for a nobody. No offense to Barrios.
Speaking of a nobody,
I just want to see real quick what he makes before I'm done. 4.9 million. So I guess they're ditching 2.5 million roughly. I don't understand the Rays, man. I don't know what's going on. I never know. But it sounds like a punt.
Speaking of not knowing, let's try this segue again. Do we know if Tim Anderson is going to play Major League Baseball again? I mean, what is this fall off, man? What has happened? He won the. What year did he win the batting title? Was that 21? No, it was a 19. Wow. 20, man. Where does time go? 2019 hit 335, won the AL batting title. Chicago said no thanks.
This is why the baseball gods are so good. So good. I'd like to see the exact date of when he called himself Jackie Robinson, and I'd like to see what the OPS did. I want to see that bar graph. I want to see that line graph just working its way down, 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 down. That's what you get, man. That's what you get. It's what you get.
All right. One of my favorite accounts to follow, at Yankee World on Twitter. Tim Anderson's ranks out of 147 players with 1,200 plus plate appearances since the Field of Dreams game where he had the walk-off home run. Mm-hmm. This is out of 147 players with 1,200 plate appearances, just to reiterate. In regards to home runs, he ranks 145th. Again, 100 out of 147 players. Ranks 145th in home runs, 145th in slugging, 145th in OPS. Walk to K ratio, 147th, dead last. Weighted runs created plus, 145th. I want to know who those other two guys are that are seemingly behind him in every one of these categories.
Yeah.
Who would those guys be?
I don't know. Names we probably never heard. That's crazy. That's a big fall off. That is a big fall off.
In 65 games this year, with the Marlins hit just 214 with a 463 OPS and 31 weighted runs created plus. What do you like? What if you had to pin this on one thing? What do you think the fall off stemmed from? Because I have a hard time believing, because we always talk like, well, is it mechanical? Is it mental? I have a hard time believing for a guy like Tim Anderson that it's mental, because the confidence, at least outwardly, is
that's
always
what you could
there.
argue. That's what you could argue. That's what brought the success in the beginning. But if that's all you're riding on, is only confidence, the second that takes a hit, you got nothing else. Hey, that's where it just started to go. Once you lose that, it's hard to get it back. I mean, I think he's done. I don't see why anyone would give him a shot. I don't understand why you would ever want to pay the veteran minimum and say that he's going to give you more than some AAA prospect that you have. I'm not interested at all when it comes with everything else, when it comes with the baggage of everything else. And I don't know, when did Jose Ramirez clock him? I think that was 2022, yeah?
I've seen some people talking about how you're an absolute fool if you think that started the downfall, but I would be curious what the numbers say.
I don't know, man. Like Tatis's hip bumped into Anthony Rizzo, and then he basically turned into a warm body at first base after that. So you never know with the head. You don't know. What day was that?
Let's see. That would have been... that was last year, right?
I thought it was 2022. I guess I'm wrong.
Here you go. Tim Anderson. Oh, this is Dan Clark. Sorry. Tim Anderson, before being rocked by Jose Ramirez, he was hitting 283, 740 OPS, 98 home runs, 332 RBIs. After being rocked by Jose Ramirez, 236 average, 557 OPS, 0 home runs, 12 RBIs. Oh, sorry. This was dating back to May. So this is like a couple months ago, but I would venture to say that
it's gone down.
The rates are very similar, if not worse.
I don't know, man. Like these are all like just shots to the ego. Some egos just can't handle it.
Yeah, the Jackie Robinson thing for me, I was done.
I was done.
That was the final straw for me. I was like, what are we doing? Like, there's no way. There's no
here's
like
another date.
There's nothing that you can draw there to make that to like justify. Like, that's just not. No.
Here's the other. There's the other date. When was he on the cover with Javi Baez?
Oh, I saw that. I saw that today.
Where it was like they're like the future of baseball is here or whatever.
That was Sports Illustrated, right?
Yeah, I think so.
spring 2020. So that makes sense. That's
right after the batting title.
Fresh off the batting title.
Yeah.
Javi Baez is still with the Cubs at that point. So I get it. But to be fair, we've been doing this podcast a long time. I remember when we covered that came out. The bat throw.
Yeah.
That was even before this.
Yeah.
That was pre-COVID.
Yeah.
I think pre-batting title.
That might have been 19. That might have been batting title year.
Was it? Okay. Yeah. We've followed this guy's career for some time, man, and it has absolutely fallen off a cliff. I don't understand it.
And the defense is it's not like that. I think there's maybe from the outside looking in, I see a little bit of a reluctance, or reluctancy to change. Reluctancy?
He's reluctant to change.
He's reluctant to change. Sorry, folks. It's been a long day. I don't think he's. I just don't think he. I think he's stubborn. I think there's certain players where you're just are you willing to put up with that or not? And when you're less than league average defensively, and you're clearly bottom of the barrel offensively, it's yeah, all done.
Yeah, no, that's a valid point. I mean, the reality of it is I would venture to say that a guy who at times can be a little overly confident, if he's being told hey, maybe we should make some adjustments. If you've got the batting title, granted, there's 2019 batting title, but if you've got a batting title in your back pocket, and again, you're as overly confident as he can be at times, it's probably a little bit of a tall order to maybe get him to maybe submit to those suggestions or recommendations mechanically.
Yeah.
Because there's probably
probably fights it.
Yeah.
See ya. He's all done. I don't see why would he come back? For where? For what? For who?
I mean, I played devil's advocate with the what was it, the Jorge Lopez?
Yeah. I was gonna say Pablo. Yeah, Jorge Lopez.
And I said somebody was gonna pick him up, which sure enough that happened. I'm not doing that with Tim Anderson this time around. I who? Why?
Baseball is just so weird, man. It's just so weird. The fact that David Fletcher's just pitching, you know what I mean? There's crazy stories. There's crazier stories than someone giving TA a shot, but why? Talked about risk reward earlier. Same thing. I swear, if the Yankees pick him up, I will cry myself to sleep.
Yeah, if you need some infield depth and JD Davis doesn't work out, let's try TA. Yeah, I'd love to see how the fans receive Tim Anderson. Well, I mean, they seem to like Marcus Stroman, so it's fine. Speaking of which, I'm starting to see some people turn on Alex Verdugo a little bit. That's going to be fun to watch over the next couple months.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, that man's a double play machine. Producing them.
Who could have predicted that Alex Verdugo, of all people, would have changed his tune once things got a little rough? Interesting. We got to talk. I think last thing we got here is weekend series to watch. But before we get to that, maybe a little quick game here, real quick. We're 0-2 on name the player. Is this where we break the streak?
Could be.
You ready for this?
Are you?
Mentally, no, but physically I'm here, so I don't have a choice.
All right. That's fair. I'm about the same. Where to start? It's a shot in the dark right away. So
we haven't started the game yet, so I feel like some strategy is allowed. Not that I have to, not that I'm giving hints, but maybe let's try to stick more modern, because we've been teetering into like the 90s, maybe even the 80s with some of these names we've gone with recently.
I like it back then, though.
Yeah, but the connections are much harder to draw.
Fine. Current player? That's too easy.
I'm just saying, first, to start out, like your initial guess, and then we go from there. I'm not saying it won't eventually fall off the rails into older players, but like let's start a little more modern. So again, if you're not familiar, we have to guess the same name, the same player, based on the previous player's guessed content, like connection.
Yeah.
We have to draw a connection based on each of our guesses.
Yeah. Remember what I said last week? I typically go with like that one position and then one team. That's my strategy, okay? I'm sticking to that. So I grab that.
I don't fully get that approach, and I feel like I struggle to follow that approach. I think my connections are more,
unless there's like an actual connection between the two.
Yeah, how you missed the Dave Roberts, Kevin Millard, Derek Jeter thing.
That's a hand up accountability. You're
That's
not
fair.
allowed to call
That's
me
fair.
out after that. I already admitted it. Can
Unreal.
move past it. We can be professionals here.
All right.
ready?
Okay, I got a guy.
Okay, you ready?
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Christian
Nolan
Yelich.
Arenado. Okay.
I'm
There
gonna
you
be
go.
honest with you. This name flashed through my brain before. It really did.
Yeah, whoa, is that some like subliminal thing? Like I saw that jersey when we right when we hopped on the call, and then that's the name I went with. Maybe that was like sitting in the
You
back of
weren't
my
doing
brain,
that because I'm wearing
subconscious. No, I completely forgot. But that's what I'm
Really?
saying. I think maybe my brain logged that away for the game when I saw it when he first hopped
Yeah.
on.
All right.
Interesting. Okay, so we got
All right.
Nolan Arenado and Christian Yelich. Oof.
You doing anything there? You doing anything?
Do you got anything?
I think I got something.
A connection between Nolan Arenado and Christian Yelich. This is tough. It shouldn't be as tough as I think it is in my head, but because we're talking same division here. Is it cheating if I think out loud? Because I feel like that gives you my line of thinking.
I think I need you to get to a name a lot quicker than this.
I know this is tough. I don't know why I can't think of anything. So
I don't have a ton of reason behind mine, but
this
I'm
is
there.
the first name that came to mind. It's not right, but
Okay.
I'm just gonna go with it
Okay.
because it was the first name that came to mind. All right, 3, 2, 1.
Ryan
Cody
Braun.
Bellinger.
Okay. That's not good. Ryan Braun and Cody Bellinger.
And to reiterate, we can't say the same names that have already. We can't say names that have already been said.
Correct. We're hovering around the same division, so that's good. Hanging out in the NL Central.
Ryan Braun,
And Cody Bellinger.
and that's 3, by the way.
That's 3 of them.
Or no. Yeah, that's 3 guesses, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's that 2. It's 2.
Is it 2? All right. Third guess.
You got anything? You working on something?
What do we got? Ryan
Cody
Braun
Bellinger
and
Ryan
Cody
Braun.
Bellinger. See,
That's a leap. Big leap.
all right. I've got a name. It's not great, but
I got a name and it's not great.
I have this weird feeling though that we're gonna get it this time because I feel like we're not like we're kind of staying within some boundaries here. I feel like we're gonna
right.
get it this time,
All right.
even if it's just by accident. All right, I got a
Okay.
guy. This is our third guess?
Yeah.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Prince
Jason
Fielder.
Hayward.
That name came to mind. Why did that name come to mind for me? Why did it come to mind for you?
Cubs, Dodgers, Bellinger, Cubs, Dodgers.
I got you. I was thinking like power hitter
All
Milwaukee going on. You know what I mean?
right.
All right. So Jason Hayward and Prince Fielder. Oh boy, that is that is tough. I don't know if I have anything cooked up. We've got
I got one. I have a reason for it, but it's probably not great. But for the sake of time, I got a name.
Let me get there for a sec.
That's fine.
I'm trying to think of where you've gone. What are you doing?
If we could give hint, like if we could explain our rationale, it would make it so much easier. But
I know
you can't do that.
Is yours pretty rational? A little
Like there's
there.
there's a connection, but it's not in your face obvious.
Really? It's a direct connection.
It's we're just bouncing around until maybe we find some common ground here.
I see. I gotcha.
See, the way I see this game playing out right now is we're kind of just like tiptoeing around, testing the water a little bit.
Until we're way off.
No, we're gonna bring this back in. Like I said, we're not getting way too far. We're not talking about like Jimmy Tungsten Armo Doyle Dickerson from like the 1800s.
I like him.
We're staying within the confines here.
Confines.
No,
Okay.
that's not a hint.
Okay.
That's not a hint.
buzzword. Not a buzzword there.
All right, I got a name. If you can't think of anything, just like when you think of those first two guesses, just throw out a name that comes to mind.
I guess I don't see why. Okay.
All right, that's fine. 3. This is guess number 4. 3, 2, 1.
Carlos
Miguel
Zambrano.
Cabrera.
That name routed around in my head too.
Oh, are these both Zambrano? He was kind of giving away a little hint here, but genuinely curious. Those are both Venezuelan guys, right? I know Miggy is.
I don't know about Zambrano.
I think he is.
Maybe.
Yeah, he's Venezuelan. How about that recall?
Miguel Cabrera rattled around in my head. What was the connection for you?
What was it? Hayward and Prince Fielder? I was just thinking of like, I don't know, like seasoned veterans, like that had some pop. I don't know.
That name did come to mind. Oh, okay. I think we got something going here.
Oh, no, we can't. We're cheating now.
Zambrano and Miguel Cabrera.
Miguel Cabrera, yeah.
We're hanging out in the Central today.
Oh, I got a guy.
You got a guy.
It's not necessarily anything we've touched on, but it's a name.
Carlos Zambrano and Miguel Cabrera. And it's given you a name. What the heck? Where?
My logic is real, or like my rationale is very fast and loose this game. I'm not, the connections are very, very loosely tied.
Yeah, I don't love that. Who did we say? We said
Carlos Zambrano and Miguel Cabrera.
Miguel Cabrera. All right, I guess. Let's roll.
This is, again, more just throwing out a name than anything. You ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Javi Baez.
Sabathia. Okay.
Don't ask me to explain it. I don't know.
I was thinking like power hitter pitcher. You know what I mean? So you got Javi Baez and CC Sabathia.
My reasoning there, Tigers for Javi Baez, Cubs for Zambrano. It's just a connection that I made very quickly. What do we got? CC Sabathia and Javi Baez.
Javi Baez.
Oh, I got another name.
CC Sabathia and Javi Baez. You got another name. What? How are we doing this? I'm trying to stay in the neighborhood. I just don't want to. I don't want to.
That's what I'm saying. We're getting there. I feel like this will be our first win. We're 0-2.
You think?
We got 5 guesses left, but I've got a name. Actually,
okay.
I
Let's
think
roll.
I'm really proud of some of these connections I'm making. Just quick recall.
This is pretty loose for me, but let's do it.
CC Sabathia and Javi Baez. Yeah, I like this connection for myself. All right, 3, 2, 1.
Carlos
Marcus
Santana.
Stroman. Carlos Santana. We're AL and NL. We're just hanging out in the Central today.
Hanging out in the Central. Stroman and Carlos Santana.
Stroman and Carlos Santana.
Can I ask you a question? It's not really like that much of a hint,
Sure.
but when Stroman comes to your brain, does it go Blue Jays, Cubs, or Yankees? You know what I mean? Like, how do you picture?
Well, for that, I went Cubs.
You went that? Okay.
Because what did I say before?
Just kind of maybe keep hanging out in the Central.
That's what I'm saying. That's what we've been doing.
See what happens there.
That's what we've been doing.
Stroman and Carlos Santana. You got one?
Oh, I had it and I lost it. Hold on.
Uh-oh. That could.
Oh, I got another one.
Oh, that could really throw us off. I don't want.
I got another one.
Do you,
dude? Pick up on my,
I don't know
my
what your
approach.
connections are. So I don't know what your approach
I've told you, like sort of like under my breath, but like I've told you, what I'm doing here. My approach changes from game to game, but tonight for this game,
what's tonight's approach? I haven't picked up on it.
All right, maybe try this one and see if.
I think we need to start giving ourselves hints.
No, I'm not going to get our first win like that. By the way, was that 6? I think that was our 6th, right?
We're running deep, though.
Yeah, we got 4 left.
All right. Who are we? Stroman, Carlos
Santana.
Santana.
And Carlos Santana.
Stroman and Carlos Santana.
Think about it.
All right.
All right. This is our 7th pick. 3, 2, 1. Josh Donaldson.
Andrew McCutchen and Josh Donaldson. What do we got here? All right,
it's not cheating if we take a brief stroll backwards here. All right. It was Stroman and Santana. I said Josh Donaldson.
Stroman.
What does Josh Donaldson have in common with both of those guys? I don't want you to answer the question. I don't want you to answer the question, but just think about it.
Okay.
Okay. So I said Josh. I said Josh Donaldson, and you said Andrew McCutchen.
Yeah, I said Andrew McCutchen. Yeah. So we can't go off of the last one. We got to go off of this one. We got to find a new connection off of this.
I know, but I'm just saying. I was trying to help
where
you.
Your logic was.
Think through it a little bit without directly saying.
I don't know if I figured it out then. All right, what do we got now?
If you knew who Carlos Santana played for right now, you'd pick it up pretty easily.
Deep breath. Who does he play for right now?
I know that. I figured you were like thinking about it.
Who is he playing for? Is he a Twin again?
Yeah,
he is.
Yeah. All right. So we got 3 guesses left, dude. I still feel good about this round, but we need to tidy it up here.
All right, Andrew McCutchen and Josh Donaldson.
Yeah. Andrew McCutchen and Josh Donaldson. I want to get it to the point where these games take like 3 hours. Like whatever it takes to get the dub, you know?
I know. I want it bad. Andrew McCutchen and Josh Donald. Ooh, okay. Ooh. Think, buddy.
Don't give me any hints. I don't want to come by our first win cheaply.
Think about this. Think about what they have in common.
Stop. That's the whole point of the game.
Yep. Just think on that more intensely now.
Just think about it more.
Come on.
Wrestle with that a little more.
Come on.
Josh Donaldson and Andrew McCutchen.
Come on.
All right, hold on. Who? Not that this is relevant to your line of thinking here, but I need to run through McCutchen. It was Pittsburgh and then Philly and then back to Pittsburgh. Wasn't there another team in there?
Yankees.
Oh, right. There we go.
That was not my connection, but I'm willing to roll that way if that works for you.
No. That's cheating. That's what I'm trying to avoid.
We got to like enter in a name. You know what I mean? Like once you got to like hit the button, be like name it.
Fair. Yeah, that's fair.
Then we just got to stay there.
Andrew McCutchen. Sorry. I feel like we're maybe circling, but I may throw us off here.
Yeah. I don't know if you're going to make the connection I'm looking for.
Oh man, I don't know. I feel like I may have to hit the reset button here because I'm at a loss. I don't know.
To be fair, I don't have like a deadlock name where it's like, duh, you should choose this one. There's a group of names that I could choose from, and I'm just going with this one.
Dude, I don't know. I'm just going to, I've got a name. I'm just going to keep it on brand with where we've been hanging out, but it's not, it's not, there's no connection. That's
why I'm choosing this name specifically, because it is somewhat in the category of what we've been talking about, but I don't think you're going to get there. You ready?
I'm at a loss. Yeah.
This is 8 or this is 9?
3 left. This is 8. All right, I got a name. All right, 3, 2, 1.
Joe Mauer.
Rowdy Tellez. Yikes. You said Joe Mauer?
MLB The Show.
Oh, wow. Dang. Good connection.
I was like,
that's a deep cut.
Yeah, that was a deep cut. That's what I meant. Like, stay in the Central, but yeah, all those guys have been on MLB The Show covers.
Dang, that's very good. Very good. All right, so we got Rowdy Tellez and Joe Mauer.
Oh, boy.
Fun. 2 guesses left. Can we do it?
Tellez and Joe Mauer. Okay.
Don't act like you have a name.
I'm on a name.
Rowdy Tellez and Joe Mauer. All right, I got a name.
Okay.
This is gonna set us up real bad for 10 if we somehow don't get this.
It could as mine as well. Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Number 9. Guess number 9. 3, 2, 1. Justin Morneau. Let's go!
Yeah!
Yes!
Yeah.
Let's go! I knew it!
That's huge. That's huge.
I knew we were gonna get it. I told you. All right, there it is. There's our first dub. Yeah,
that feels good.
That was going to throw us way off the track.
It was.
If we missed that.
That was good.
Well
done. That feels great. How'd you get there?
I just thought, okay, so we said, what did I say? Rowdy Tellez and Joe
Mauer.
Joe Mauer?
Yeah. I was just thinking like, big, slow
big
lefty.
that's exactly what I went with. And I was like, that was the first guy I could think of for like the Twins. I couldn't think of anybody for the Pirates because I was like, Rowdy is that guy. So I went Twins.
I was thinking like big, slow lefty that's just, you've never seen a picture of him as a baby because he's always been an old man.
I love that. Well done.
That feels great.
I wish our winless streak would have stretched out a little longer and it would have been more of like a comeback underdog story. But I'll take it. At this point, we're just fighting to get back to 500.
It's true.
We're 1-2. 1-2 on the year. We'll see how it continues on.
Big for the brand.
That's big.
I guess we got to talk about the weekend games, huh?
I'll run through them here real quick. I got Philly and Atlanta. Game 1, you got Aaron.
Wait. What is that game 1 on, guy?
What is it on?
The streak continues.
Oh, you already know. Apple TV. How about it?
We're not doing this on purpose.
We're not doing this on purpose. Yeah, absolutely not. Game 1, Aaron Nola versus Max Fried.
That sounds like the one.
That's the one you want to watch. That's Friday. Sorry, did I mention? That's Friday at 7:20 p.m. Game 2, Saturday, Ranger Suarez versus Spencer Schwellenbach, 7:15 p.m. on Fox. And Game 3, Michael Mercado versus Reynaldo Lopez at 1:35.
Sneaky one, but Game 1 still sounds like the one to dip into a little bit.
Yeah.
And again, we're just going to continue that subscription of Apple TV for you. It's a write-off. Give me Milwaukee visiting the Doyers in LA. Game 1's the one. Freddie Peralta against Tyler Glasnow. That's at 7:10 Pacific time on Friday. Game 2, Saturday. That's on Fox. You got Wilson going against Paxton, and then Sunday, return of the man continues. This is insane. How does he keep getting chances in this league? Dallas Keuchel going for the Brewers against Bobby Miller and the Dodgers on Sunday. I think maybe now after reading that out loud, it makes me think that the Brewers are just blindly shooting in the dark for starting pitching depth. And that kind of connected the Civale dot for me. So, not a great way to end it for me mentally, but just wanted to let you know where I was.
Hey, rest on your victories. We picked up a dub, and
that does feel good.
That's how you're going to end your week. If for anyone that wants to call us homers for our love and fandom of the Red Sox and Yankees, they're playing this weekend, and neither of us picked that series. So just wanted that on record.
Bang! We both are mad at our teams.
Actually, you're not. Yeah, speak for yourself.
Yeah,
speak for yourself, my guy.
Yeah, you're just a camp hopper between depressed Red Sox fan and delusional Red Sox fan.
Nah, no camp hopping with me. I've been on board with this team since day one. Never wavered. I've never doubted this team. Not this year, not last year, not the year before.
Never.
Not once. Ever. That's all we got.
I have one last thought, and it kind of came to mind last night, and it had me really thinking, how insane are like contact lenses? You know what I mean? Like just a little piece of like latex glove that you just put in your eye and it makes you see better. It really got to me last night. I just didn't know what to do with that.
We went to the, I'm glad you mentioned that. Wanted to share the story, but figured there'd be no way to naturally transition to the story at any point. And it's not really that important of a story, but wanted to share it.
Think again.
We went to the pool this weekend, and we walk in, and they're like, "Hey, the main pool is closed, but the kiddie pool is open." And we're like, "Okay, well, obviously we're not going to the kiddie pool because I'm 30, and that would be borderline illegal." So I was like, how long until the main pool's open? And like, about like 45 minutes. 45 minutes goes by. Then we went in and checked, and they're like, all right, it'll be ready at like 2:30. So we had to wait like another 15 minutes. So about an hour, give or take.
Where is all this again?
At our community pool, like right across the street.
Oh, it's crazy to me being in an area where the pool isn't just like right there open constantly. Sorry.
Yeah, or it's community pool.
It's just weird, yeah.
We pay fees for this thing. So
That's
I'm
crazy.
Trying to take advantage of it. Yeah, I know, wild. So they finally opened the pool. Meanwhile, we've sat there, waited for like an hour. We were with some friends. We had lunch or whatever. We'd eaten at the little like umbrella table. Sat there for like an hour, just dripping because it was so hot out. I'm like, I just want to get in the pool. Just got to get in the pool.
That's when it hits.
They finally blow the whistle. The freaking kids are running in. The adults are getting in to do their laps. Meanwhile, I jump in, immediately lose my contact. I can't see out of one of my eyes. What do? Do you take out the other one? Do you leave one in? I left it in. Was not a fun experience. So to your point, contacts are just a wild thing. It's a wild concept.
Doesn't make
you put
sense.
A piece of plastic in your eyeball.
And it's like perfect to your specific eye, and you can get different ones that are customized to you. What? It doesn't make any sense.
Do you remember those?
There's certain things, you know what I mean? Like our stream will disconnect and we'll lose service for a second. But somehow like these little plastic silicone things have been around for like 20 years and they just work. We can just touch our eye and we're suddenly fixed. It's a weird thing. That's all I'm saying. It took up quite a bit of time in my brain the other night.
You remember those red contacts that Nike had for a short period of time? Then it said that it helped you pick up the seams better on a baseball, and like all of the like 13-year-olds were wearing them. Yeah,
I think that lines up like pretty similarly with like the fighting necklace almost.
Yeah, it was like the same era for sure. Yeah, that was our era.
Good old fighting. Good old fighting.
Unreal. Have a happy 4th.
Yeah. You eating some dogs?
I hope so.
It's potato salad.
Nobody likes potato salad. Don't even give me that.
What?
Nobody likes potato salad. It's macaroni,
Do you like macaroni
or pasta salad? Yeah.
Okay. I like potato salad.
Nah.
Some jalapenos in there. Mom's making mac and cheese, so that's gonna be Mom's mac and cheese is
nothing like it.
There's nothing like it.
And that goes for every mom. Every mom.
Pretty sure that's why Paige said yes to marrying me, was for my mom's mac and cheese. But maybe some dogs too. That's it. Yeah. Hang out with the fam. Low key. Almost went to a Rockies game Friday, but I was like, let's just stay home.
Probably best.
Yeah. Anywho's, well, I guess you're just waiting to end it now. So
that's all I got.
Don't go chasing curveballs.
We love you all, and as always, looking forward to talking more baseball with you guys soon. Until next time, stay filthy.